In this clip, I want to talk to you about hole shots. Hole shots are obviously what you want to be getting in motocross. That's just getting first to your first turn. You get a hole shot, your goggles are clear, you'll stay clean, and by about the second or third turn, chances are you've probably distanced yourself from your competition probably by about 50 feet. So real good to get a hole shot. What I like to do is you get on the bike. There's two different. Here at Cycle Ranch, it's actually a concrete start, which means there's a concrete pad for about 10 feet behind the starting gate and 10 feet in front of the starting gate. And there's also then the dirt races where it's just dirt starts. You really want to pay attention to the line selection. Maybe in a couple motos before yours, you see some A-class guys, some pro-class guys going. Pay attention to their lines. Look where they're going on the track, which gates they're using. You know, because generally the shortest gate, the shortest distance to the first turn is going to be your fastest. But it could have a pretty messed up little line, a big rut in it or something. So you're definitely going to want to, you know. So just pay attention to where the guys are mostly getting the hole shots, and that's going to help you choose your line a lot. As far as starting it, get kind of right in the middle of your bike, just about that neutral kind of area, and then, you know, maybe even just a little far forward. And then your feet are a big deal. It's keeping your feet, you want them in front of your foot pegs. A lot of guys, if you see them, they'll start behind their foot pegs. Well, once they take off, their bike's powers, they're kind of Superman little motion it. You really want to keep those feet planted in front of your foot pegs. Your elbows, nice, just real nice straight line with your wrists down to your levers. Real nice, and you know, depending on how many fingers you want to use for the starts. I've seen guys like Ricky Carmichael, sometimes they use all of it on their clutch side, because if you use all that, you really want to find that sensitive spot in your clutch. What I mean by that is you can have your clutch pulled in all the way, or you can have your clutch out. There's one little spot, I call it just the sweet spot of your clutch, that's going to really engage your bike from going. You don't want to have your clutch all the way in on a start, because then when that gate drops, you're going to drop it. You still have about half a second before it engages. So you really want to find that sweet spot and just pull in your clutch just enough for that sweet spot. Get your head over your bars. You don't want to be wheeling out of that gate too much. And another important little trick here is to feather your front brake. When you're on your front brake, if I engage my bike just a little bit, find that sweet spot on my clutch, just get that bike, I can feel my bike wanting to take off. Push in my front brake, and it takes the suspension and it kind of compresses the forks, and then it raises the rear and turns it into kind of a dragster type racing. And that's obviously, you know, dragsters, all they do is start. So that's, if you can kind of mimic that kind of motion with your head forward, get that bike just in that sweet spot, just finding it, and you'll get off the line just fine.